All right, everybody, welcome back to Close Encounters with Driftwood. We are officially live. That's right. Okay, so you can probably notice right off the bat that some things are changed around. We've gone ahead and, well, kind of set up a little studio here. We actually have room now for somebody to come in and tell us their experience, share their experience, and what it was like for them. Now, if you remember last time when we were talking, uh, I did this little, video about the my experience. And since then, I thought about it a little bit more, and it is definitely something that, I want to explore a little bit more, and maybe you can understand that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be pursuing this. And over the last few days since I did release that video, I definitely pursued it. We actually came across some recent live footage from somebody that saw my video. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull that up. So let's go ahead and get this going. Once again, you're here live with Driftwood, and this is Close Encounters with Driftwood. Sorry, guys, I got to remember how to share the screen. This might actually take a second, so hopefully not too long. Sure.
Dude, that's so fucking cool.
Okay, so it looks like a little red orb.
No way. Get my laser, get my laser, get my laser, get my laser.
But thanks, Kid Johnny, for giving the heads up on this video. Shout out. Appreciate that.
Shine it.
Oh, it moved.
It's moving already. It's going faster.
So
Look, as soon
I
as it
think
hit
in the
light.
future we're going to get a close up of this and take a deeper look. But for now, we'll just kind of go with it. Right on.
That's not.
Holy fuck, no.
Stopping.
Oh, wait, where'd it go?
Very cool. I appreciate him giving me the heads up on this for sure. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. So that's Johnny's video. Looks like an orb. We're going to get a close up on it so we can take a little bit better look at it. But this is somebody that I actually reached out to who had been commenting on another screen. And yeah. And I'm very inquisitive. So a few days ago, I decided to go through and take a look and see who was looking to tell their story. So in the comments, people often say things like, hey, I had an experience and this is what it was, or something along those lines. So I went combing to see if I could find people that had experiences that want to share those experiences. Because if you had an experience, it's, from my own perspective, you become very inquisitive into the nature of this whole thing, of the UAP, the EBs. Like I said, this is something I'm comfortable saying, which is extraterrestrial biological entity. I don't know about UFOs, and I don't know about people that live underground or anything like that, but from my personal description, that's what it seems like to me. That's kind of what I got from it. So, and to each their own, whatever, makes them feel comfortable with it, or however, dealing with it. But, yeah, so that's Johnny's video, the orb going through. We're going to go through down the road, or go through it down the road and actually clean it up a little bit and see if we can do something a little better. But you may be seeing this on my countertop, or you may not have seen this on my countertop. So during my experience, I wanted to bring this up. I actually had, I talked about taking out a laser pointer and, my night vision and stuff like that. This is actually the night vision camera that I used when I was going to look at the EBO, extraterrestrial biological object, is what I would call it. So it's what we saw in the sky, even though based on the last video I put out when they were talking about things like the vehicles, the technology, and things of that nature, I think the best way to describe it would be one of the stealth vehicles. Okay, so if there's these different classes that the EBs have of their vehicles, which are the EBOs, then I would have to say that that was probably one of the described stealth. I don't know if it was a saucer and never just the way the lights was hitting or whatever, but what we saw in the sky, not the wormhole, but the other thing, the ship above and the orbs coming out. This is what I went out there to look. So I talked about having night vision. Just wanted to bring this out for this episode. Make sure the battery's charged. I think the battery's charged. Hope so. All right. Let me see here. So hold that up to the camera. Let's see if we get it. Oh, there we go. So that's the camera. And then we got, boom. As you can see, to switch. Get it. Okay, come on. Oh, where'd you go? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this over to night vision, but there we go. Boom. So now you can see it's the gray infrared. Gonna pick up some body heat, things of that nature, and there you go. All right. So this is what I was using to try and identify the vehicles up there. See if I could see it in infrared. See if I could see it through the camera itself. It's got a laser on it. I shine the laser up there as well. Let me see if I can get that on there. Boom. Boom. Laser. There we go. All right. So all these things, like I said in my story, this is one of the tools that I used when I was out there and we saw this vehicle. So we know that this thing has a pretty good range on it. And then right up over here is the rifle with the scope and the laser. And that's what I actually used to shine up at the I don't know, EB drone vehicle or whatever it is that was flying up there. So I thought that was pretty interesting when we got the orb video. Yeah. So we're going to hop into the next one here. Let's go ahead and, let's get this started. We've got some good videos to go over. So we're going to go over the George Knapp video. We're going to go over some of the different species that they say are out there. My own personal experience, like I've said, is only with the tall grays. I guess that's what it'd be. I mean, it kind of seems to, the visual that seems to fall into the classification that's been given the name tall grays. That's about what I'm willing to give it at this point in time, because I'm still learning a lot about this. I'm learning about the vehicles, learning about, what different potential races there are out there. And, I'm keeping an open mind to the whole thing still. There's always going to be a part of my science mind that says, yeah, but seeing is believing, and experiencing and seeing is believing. Then, well, I've got to believe. Do you believe? All right. We're going here.
Huh?
All right, looks like I cut back. I pushed the wrong button. Like I said, I'm still learning this stuff, like most definitely still learning. So if you're chiming in here, we can see now. Thank you. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm probably going to cut all this part out, but hey, there we go. Thank you. Totally appreciate that. All right, so now we get into the very interesting part. We got the Joe Rogan Experience coming on here. So this is George Knapp's. This is huge. This is, to me, this is kind of like the creme de la creme. This is somebody else having their first experience, spending their whole entire life trying to capture a video of a USO. And if you spent your whole life trying to do something and then all of a sudden just bam, you got it. Let's rock this thing. I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to push play.
It is. I think you guys are. I mean, you're certainly prominent. Can I get the mic turned up on this bad boy?
Yeah, there's a little thing
Where's-
right
Oh,
there.
shit.
You could
All
hear
right,
your
so
own
we've got
voice.
Joe Rogan,
There's a
George
volume knob
Knapp,
right there.
and
There we go.
Jeremy.
We're up.
It's exciting times. you
It
know.
is. It's very exciting times.
I've said it a few times that I never thought I would see it in my life. You know, I would just keep plugging away this is my 36th year doing this, chasing this crazy story.
Wow.
I never thought it would make this much progress. Still a long way to go, but
Are you apprehensive at all that some of the stuff that they're releasing is bullshit?
Of course.
Of
Wait,
course.
Wait, who's releasing?
I mean, when you see these, the Pentagon's talking about it, when, intelligent officials, you ever wonder whether or not it's disinformation?
I'm not cut through to the very and extremely close-up footage of this USO right away. So, I'm kind of like the kid that, when he gets presents, I'm sneaking into him the night before because I want to know. He's like, holy cow. Whoa, what did I find? And I know the feeling. It's, I don't think, honestly, I don't think that feeling is going to be much of a rarity for much longer. The way that things are going, I think, Anyways, we'll see, though, right? Gotta keep an open mind. All right.
In the water, is it a reflection from this light? But then I can see another one. And as the frames move on, more of these lights appear under the water. And it's not a reflection. It's not a moonlight on the ripples or anything, which I totally ignored this first off. So I just thought it was that. It was just the light shimmering.
So I thought it was just the light shimmering on this thing. So he's going through all the photos, the videos, all the 14,000 frames that were taken or something of this thing. It's some astronomical amount. I may be wrong. I probably am, but I know when I heard it, it was big number. And he went through and cleaned up every single frame to find what he wanted. And he realizes that when this thing was up there, and it was not just glowing off the water, that it wasn't just the glow off the water. Sorry,
It's not. The lights under the water are causing the light on the surface. When I zoomed in, you can see a form, three lights, and this one or two lights, and this one joins it, and then goes in, and goes under the water.
Okay, so it's interesting because, when he talks about these orb-like things joining the USOs coming in, and then they're able to join together and do stuff like that. If you remember, and you watched my video, the last one I put out, the person who leaked the information, who was actually involved in the congressional hearings, he was a leaker to the congressional hearings, and he had done the Reddit report. He talked about these objects having this interwoven lattice, right? The interwoven lattice that allows them to connect, to combine, to create like a different vehicle right there in the moment. Look and tell me what you see. Does it look like a little bioluminescent ET with two little arms pushing buttons and a little green head? Just take a look at that for a minute. And if you see what I see, and this is absolutely 100% real, this is George Knapp's video. So this is George Knapp. He's been doing this for a long time. We were watching his interview with Joe Rogan just before, and we're going to get back to that in just a second. This is his video, and this is what he caught. Gosh, I hope you see what I see. Anyways, definitely comment below. Let me know if you see it. Let me know what you think it is watching this part of our video. And I mean, if you agree, holy cow, right? What that must be like for him to have that experience after so long and actually capture it, not just see it, but capture it on video.
Like, what's your impression of how it's all happening?
It's a big question. I don't know where to start on that, but here's what I know. I know that there are people in government that want some level of disclosure on whatever this is without defining it. Just there should be oversight. So I know that to be true. There are good people that think that people are running amok and there must be oversight, not just financially, but if these types of technologies actually exist.
Right. Who's in control of them and why?